there it is in the distance. Some of the bands of Hurricane Idalia. So, Hurricane Idalia is actually right now, I looked at the radar, and it's making landfall in the panhandle of Florida. It's going to get loud for a second. It's making landfall in the panhandle of Florida as we speak, and we are not really getting anything major, but in Orlando we're on the right side of the storm, which for people that don't know much about hurricanes, the right side of the storm is not the one you really want to be on if you are going to be on a side of it instead of like in front of it, because the side of the storm brings a lot of tornadoes, a lot of bad weather. So we are in that section of it, and Orlando is going to have a bunch of bad weather throughout the day. Including right now, Orlando does have a tornado watch or a tornado warning. I can't remember exactly which one they put us under, but that's going to be that. So I decided that I'm going to get up and I'm going to walk around the property of Pop Century and kind of just go, one, grab some coffee, and number two, kind of take a look at what's going on here, especially with Hurricane Idalia, because I don't think any parks are open today. I'm gonna go with no. Maybe they are. I have no clue. I haven't even checked. They might be open, so maybe I'll pop in. I don't know. But let's go take a look around Pop Century. Now, hurricanes are no joke. Any type of weather event is no joke. I haven't been through a bad hurricane, so I can't claim that, but I have been through a hurricane, couple small ones, and I see the damage that just the small ones do. So I couldn't imagine basically being the path of a storm that is like a category 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I take that back. I was in one that was a category 2. But like a major like category 4 or 5 hurricane, which I believe it's hitting the panhandle right now at a category 3. So it's a big hurricane, and it's crazy. I will say the one kind of beauty of hurricane is I love the way the swirling sky looks. I know it sounds crazy, but it's I've been through several like hurricanes, and the swirling sky is just a really neat thing to see in person. But it's going to be an interesting day here, because we are just going to have pockets of major rain, gust of wind, and probably thunder, lightning, and hopefully not, but there is that chance of tornadoes. And they just put us under a flood advisory, so definitely a lot of rain coming today. What's up, potato heads? So as we speak, the Skyliners are not operational, but there is a line of guests and there are cast members at the gate. So I don't know if they're just intermittently shutting down the Skyliner like during certain peaks of it, but last night one of the cast members did say that they were planning on probably shutting down the Skyliner completely today. So I'm not 100% sure if what the line is for, but just to kind of give you just a kind of a general vibe of our area right now. AOA is over there, and the ominous looking rotating sky in the distance. It's a pretty impressive view, to be honest with you. Now, I did look up, and it does look like the parks are open. This is where all these people are heading to right now. They all have ponchos on, and apparently the parks are open. Obviously, there's certain rides that won't be, but all the dark rides, indoors, all those are all gonna be open. So that's at least if you're gonna kind of be on the outer bands of a hurricane, at leisure and one of the happiest places to do it. I do want to point out though is that Disney is one of the best places to be at during a hurricane. Disney hotels, for matter, they're all pretty safe. There are some that are absolutely safe, and even Cinderella's castle was built to hurricane ratings. So Disney's one of the better places to be. There's a lot of Orlando locals that will actually book hotel rooms at Disney property during a hurricane because of how safe it is compared to being inside one of their homes. So there's a little tidbit. If you guys live close enough and you guys have to escape a hurricane and come south, which is rare and funny to say, to come to Florida to avoid a hurricane, but it happens. One of my very first hurricanes never even touched Florida. So come to a Disney resort, one of the best places for a hurricane. And one of the reasons it's a best place for a hurricane is, one, it's safe. These buildings are solid. These buildings are not going to, topple over like your house is going to be. Flooding is not going to be a major problem on Disney property, and there's a squall. So those are the squalls I was telling you about. But the other cool thing is that if you are going to be trapped and the parks are closed down, they do a ton of things for the kids on Disney properties. They'll play games, they'll sing songs. I don't remember what hurricane it was, but there was a hurricane not too long ago where they shut down all the parks and everything for the day. And Kristen Bell, who most people would know as playing Anna from Frozen, Kristen Bell was actually staying at one of the properties, and they were playing a bunch of games, and she was doing like a Frozen sing-along with all the kids. So it's just a really cool thing that they do, to be honest with you. And it makes surviving a hurricane better. Today is not that bad. Like I said, this is an outer band, so the winds here are not going to be what they are near the eye of the storm. So this, technically, yes, this is part of the hurricane. It's nowhere near the eye of the storm, nowhere near the center of the storm. These are just outer bands that are basically just going to bring in rain, a lot of wind, and possible tornadoes, like I said. But let's go inside and let's go do some window shopping. So I had to come back outside for a second because legitimately as soon as I walked indoors, this is one of those squalls I was telling you about. It just started coming down. So I actually made it here just in the nick of time because I, like an idiot, left my poncho back in the room. So I'm gonna definitely have to wait for one of these squalls to finish before I walk back to my room if I don't want to get soaked. Mainly because of my camera and my microphone, I don't want to get that wet. So, but bring a poncho if you're going to be here during a hurricane. That's the only thing. They do have arcades at the Disney properties, and the arcades are really nice. This one is currently closed because it is so early, but you basically have this amazing arcade that you can just kind of set your kids loose in. It's just a really cool feature, especially if you just don't want to go get wet and still be entertained. That's a little tip for you. I mean, while we're here, we might as well do some shopping, right? So you might have probably seen all of these before. I don't think they've released anything majorly new. There is a couple things that I haven't seen yet that I also really haven't seen many people write about. So you may see some new stuff here. But you got the Mickey and Minnie plushes. You have my favorite Spirit jersey of all time. I love this Spirit jersey, which I'll show you over on the rack. But then you have the countdown calendar, which this thing is awesome. This thing is really cool. And it lights up too, which is really neat. I don't know if I can get it there we go. Oh, of course you gotta, let's see. There we go. Yeah, so it lights up, which is nice. It flickers. It's a really, really cool Halloween piece if you like Disney pieces. And then you have your pin sets, which are really awesome. And you know what's funny to me though, I'm gonna say this, is that right here, Winnie the Pooh and Friends, I'm surprised they don't have them in their pin set of how they meet people in the parks. Because in the parks, they meet people in different outfits. Like Eeyore's a clown. I don't know why they don't have the pin sets matching their Not So Scary Halloween like costumes. I think that would be perfect, to be honest with you. And then you have this pin set, which I love. This is, I'm really addicted to this style this year. I absolutely love what Disney did with the coloring and just the design of their Halloween. I just think those are absolutely amazing. These are some of the kind of newer items that I haven't really seen too much of, but these are like the Halloween treats, I guess you can say. And they have like really good popcorn mix. It has cookie pizzas, pretzels, candy corn, and white drizzle. And then you have these, which look like they're like chocolate bars, and then they have candy corn, pretzels, and like sprinkles on top. And they come in a really cool decorative tin that has all the same stuff. And then here you have a three different apple cider drink mix, which is really cool. You got a caramel apple, spiced apple, and a red apple cider. And then pumpkin spice frosted pretzels. I actually probably am gonna go buy those because I love pumpkin spice everything, and they're just so good. And then you obviously has the lounge flies. And this year they have two lounge flies. They have this one here with the Mickey design pumpkin, and then they also have the shiny candy corn lounge fly. I love this one more, to be honest. I love the look of it. I love the design of it. This thing is fantastic. And this is squishy too. And the cool part is that this actually does glow in the dark. So if you are, one of those people that likes glow in the dark things, who knows, they have it. And it's a really, really cool piece. And then this goes into some of our fun things here. This is, last year they had a ghost. This year they have a bat with a Mickey hat that says Boo on the back. That is a really, really, whoa, dropping things here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. This is why you can't take me out in public. This is bad. I'm trying to find the price for you. That's $29.99, and obviously you do get a pass holder discount. And then we also have the ears. I love these ears. And this is all stuff you have probably seen before, and I think I've highlighted on one of my videos too a little bit. All your different t-shirts, and now this is what I'm talking about. This is in my opinion one of the best Spirit jerseys that they have ever made. I absolutely love this shirt. It's one of my favorite Spirit jerseys ever made. And I'm not a Spirit jersey person. I don't normally wear them, and I love this Spirit jersey. And they got a ton of them, by the way. And if you have little ones that you want to match with, they also do have little kids. And the extra small is the smallest size, and that's pretty much it in pretty much my hand. And I'm a bigger guy. I'm 6'3", and it's a good size, especially if you have a kid that likes to wear them flowy. All right, so this is the Mickey pumpkin that I was telling you about over back when I was talking about those little ones. This thing is amazing, and I can't remember. I think I said $19.99, but I think it might be more expensive. I think it might be more like, it's $24.99, but still. So for $15 more, you can get this giant like Mickey pumpkin opposed to that small one. And this one actually lights up. Of course, I grabbed the one that has like a little tab on it. They all have tabs on it. I want to light it up for you guys, but I can't. They all have little tabs, and I don't want to pull them. I don't want to be that person. Well, anyways, they do light up. The eyes light up, the nose and the mouth light up. They're really cool. These are really amazing, and they're heavy. They're like really heavy. So I don't know if this would be more of a trick-or-treat basket for a kid to carry around, because that's going to get really heavy once candy gets put into it, but I think this is a great display piece for a house. I think it's really nice. And then I do want to show you the other set of the ears as well, the Mickey pumpkin ears with the faux leather. These are really nice. I think these they're simple. That's what I like about them. They're simple. I don't wear ears, but if you do, they're just a very simple Halloween one. Along with the mini one too. Those are very simple too, because they're fuzzy black ears with the mini design for this year. And they have a bunch of other cool things. Sweatshirts. That's actually pretty cool. Why isn't this in a adult size? It is a front. I would wear this. Why isn't this an adult size, Disney? That is a that is so cool. And this is only in kids size. All right, I'm gonna have to be on the lookout for this and see if they make it an adult eventually, because this is incredible. That is probably like one of my favorite Disney sweatshirts that I've seen. It's very simple. All right, Disney, get on it, please. Make this an adult size, because I will buy one in a heartbeat. Yeah, that's so cool. Guys, I'm not kidding. I am like so tempted to buy one of these right now. And I know I said it's my favorite Spirit jersey. I just haven't bought it yet. It's $79.99. It's $80. And with the annual pass holder discount, it comes out to somewhere around maybe 65-ish or so. So I haven't pulled the trigger, although I want to, but I may be having to consult with the missus, and I may have to finally bring this home with me, because I just love it. It's amazing. Well, let's go get some coffee and let's talk a little bit more about hurricanes. Coffee acquired. Good way to start the morning. And the rain died down a little bit. It's still here. You can see a little bit of clearing of the sky there. Look at that. A little bit of blue. It might actually be a nice park day, to be honest with you. I bet the ride times are going to be extremely low. Maybe, I don't know. Because now that I think about it, like Mine Train won't be open probably. Tron will probably be open because it's covered. So I don't know. It might be low. I did notice that there is a mass exodus of people leaving this resort this morning. So that could be kind of a major factor difference maker. And that is going to be a giant puddle to walk through. My feet are going to be soaking wet. There we go. Hurricanes. Let me speak to you about hurricanes real quick. So, this hurricane in particular, hurricanes this season are going to be fairly bad. And the reason why is that our waters are record hot. And that is a major factor in basically if hurricanes develop or not. So this season is going to be, I think it's going to be pretty crazy. And experts also agree. I'm not an expert. I'm not a meteorologist or anything like that, even though meteorologists pretty much lie and get paid to lie. But I have taken a ton of classes in like incident and like emergency preparedness, especially for like major incidents like hurricanes, tornadoes, stuff like that. So I have a little bit of knowledge on that type of stuff. And let me tell you, I think it's going to be a pretty crazy hurricane season because of that hot weather. Now, this particular Hurricane Idalia, after it crosses over the southeastern states, it's supposed to go out to the water and curve back around and form either the same storm or a different storm within the next week or two. So there's a chance that this storm could hit Florida twice on two different sides. So that's pretty nuts. Pretty nuts. Hurricanes are weird. But if you're going to be at one in the happiest place on earth. How are you guys surviving? They're loving it. They are loving it. Potatoes thrive in hurricanes. Fun fact. That's a fun fact that probably like The Onion or Mousetrap News will tell you. Also, my daughter pointed out last night how big of a butt Mr. Potato Head has. I'm not going to talk too much about this resort because I actually just did a full video. If you want to see that, I will put a link in the description of our Pop Century. Unfortunately, we do stay here a lot, so it's fairly affordable. It's a great location with the Skyliner, so I'm not going to do a video on this place all the time, or pretty much ever. But I'll post a video, or I'll post a link to that video of the walkthrough for you guys. So if you ever do want to stay at Pop Century, I have a really good video for you. But there is the swirling sky. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. And Roger Rabbit. So last time we were here, we did stay in the 50s building. We're in the 90s building today. So Roger Rabbit, and then we're staying in this one straight ahead with the giant laptop. Speaking of the giant laptop, this thing is massive. And the fun fact is that this is true to scale of what it was like in the 1990s to have a laptop. Fairly accurate. It is pretty cool though. If you look in on some of these, they got all the different tab buttons for Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Animal Kingdom, and MGM. And then someone's searching for water parks and wants to go to Blizzard Beach. And then ABC News is pulled up about the, oh wow, that is the opening date of Animal Kingdom, April 22nd, 1998. And then Disney.com and Aladdin, and then someone's sending a old school email, wow that is old, about visiting their 4 exciting theme parks. But yeah, that is a true to scale 1990s laptop, if you ever saw one. This video was more of informational video on kind of like what to expect in a storm. This wasn't, like I said, this was no more than just a couple bad Florida storms. That's really it. But if you were, stuck at a hurricane at Disney, it is one of the best places to be stuck at. Mainly because it's safe. They try to entertain, especially if you're at one of the resorts where all the rooms are like indoors, like Contemporary or something like that, where you don't have to like walk to like the center of the building lobby. They have so many options for like young kids to keep them entertained. It's just a really good place to be. Look at it. Let's look at Roger in all of his glory, just chilling in the rain. I love Roger Rabbit. He's amazing. This is such a fun resort too. It's inexpensive. This is not a room thing, but it's inexpensive. It's a great place to be. The only reason we're kind of hanging out is because the hurricane is literally like headed towards where we live. So there's no point in leaving and driving into a hurricane. So we're just going to hang out here, maybe do a park, maybe do something else. I don't know, but we're just going to have kind of a Disney day. And but I hope this kind of gave you some information about hurricanes, about Disney, about all of those things. So if you guys have any more questions, let me know in the comments and I could hopefully answer them from a travel agent perspective. Or just leave a comment and let me know. I did ask a couple questions in there about Halloween merch and everything, so let me know in the comments below your answers to those questions. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. We are on a mission to get to our first 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we are just trying to get there organically. So thank you guys so much. We appreciate you hanging out with us here at Pop Century on the outer bands of a hurricane. We will talk to you guys soon, and as always, we will see you in the parks. Bye-bye.